Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Monday to talk about B90 a day late. What's good?
A day late and dollar short. We're late. So
We're on Mariah time, but it's all
like,
good.
we are late like a Viva's period, right? Right?
Mm. Maybe.
Maybe. So the thing going around Twitter, when she was doing her confessional interviews, a lot
Hmm.
of people were pointing out when she was wearing that red sundress that she looked pregnant. Did you happen to see that photo?
I read that, but I haven't seen the photo.
I have seen the photo,
Mm.
and I'm just gonna be 100% honest. It did look like she was with child.
Hmm.
I don't know that. I don't know. But the way that the dress shape was, because she's a very thin, small, petite statured woman. And
Hmm.
the midsection had a roundness to it that
True.
clearly she does not have. So a lot of people think that he might have actually knocked her up that first night.
True. I know she's been I know just because somebody posts a video on social media, it doesn't mean anything, but as far as like videos, just recently at least, like she's posted like workout videos where she's working out outside and shit, where she doesn't look pregnant, but
Yeah, but you know who did that also? Jasmine when she was.
Jasmine.
hmm.
Hmm.
So it's very possible that she's pregnant, but posting old videos. Because Jasmine did that while she was like showing. She had old workout videos that she was posting where she was clearly not pregnant. So,
True.
between bullshit, lies, and AI, it's hard to know what to believe anymore, right? Like we live in a world where we really don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I'm nervous like the next 90 day person I ever meet that they're gonna make they're gonna do like the AI thing where they're gonna make us kiss or something.
Well, you've already fell victim to that.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, you probably will. You probably will, unfortunately. It's funny because I have a lot of pictures with a lot of people from the show and no one ever made us kiss. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I have never been
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised no one did like you and Angela or something.
me and Angela or me and Benny or
Hmm.
like none of them, me and Chantel, me and Ash. Like there's pictures out there of everybody of me and nobody made us kiss. So I feel very like respected in the community. Like nobody.
You could look at it as like respect, or you could look at it as like that's like those slop pages trying to make clickbait out of you too, you know. So
I
you could
mean,
look.
I've been clickbait before, or maybe I'm just washed up. Maybe nobody cares what I'm doing no more, right? Right, Gina?
They
Maybe
all care about they all care about Shabooty and what he's
yeah.
doing in his
Maybe I
world.
have passed the torch on to Shabooty, and now Shabooty is the clickbait now.
Shabooty's famous now.
I don't know. Anyways, let's get into B90, I guess. So the first thing I tweeted, I called it 90-second fiance because before Lisa even got engaged in 90 seconds, she spent more time in the freaking airport bathroom wiping down her cooter with wet wipes.
Which was completely in vain because Daniel wanted nothing to do with her cooter that night. But you're right. She spent about 40 minutes cleaning her sweaty titties, her words, not mine, and her cooter, getting ready to see Daniel. And Daniel proposed to her literally in the parking lot of the Nigeria airport, right? I'm pretty
Mhm.
That's literally where this took place. They hadn't even gotten in an Uber. They weren't at the hotel. They weren't even at like a beautiful scene for scenery. He proposed to her, but I'm pretty sure she still had her luggage in her hand, right? Like it was literally like right away.
By the way, obviously I don't follow many like bloggers these days, but like I think Susie Weekly reposted something where I don't know if I could send it to you where I don't know if she's living in a tent or something,
I
supposedly.
did see something like that Susie Weekly posted, and it left me with more questions than answers. But it did say that she was living in a tent, and we know in December, there was a story that I don't remember which person said it, so I'm not going to say. But somebody posted a story that she and her daughter and one additional adult were evicted from their apartment for
Yeah.
non-paying rent. So now, 1 month later, well, not even a month later, she's living in a tent. So I'm really hoping that's not true. That's terrible. I would feel horrible that anyone would have to live in a tent. But we do know that she was sending all of her money to Daniel. Like
Well,
we
she, wasn't she using? She was using her friend's money too, right? Or
Yeah,
something.
she sent all of her money until she ran out, and then she started sending her best friend's money to him as well. And then he was, turning around using the money to rent dancers to meet them at the hotel, to buy her a ring. And she also showed up with a whole bunch of presents and gifts. So if she is living in a tent, I kind of can see why. She's horrible with money, right? And she didn't
Mhm.
even give him a PS5. Like she gave him some sort of ring, and I think it looked like some sort of chain. She didn't even give him a PS5. Like I was waiting for the PS5 because over there, those are like a hot commodity. You're not a person until you own a PS5 over there.
Were you surprised though Daniel didn't throw down the yammy or something?
So I was a little confused because he was very dedicated and committed to the process. The way he ate her face,
Hmm.
the way that he seemed very attracted to her. Like he gave all of the signals that, oh yeah, I'm gonna dick you down. And then when they got to the hotel, his entire demeanor changed. Like it was almost like he was high, and then the high wore off, and he was no longer high enough to bang her. Like I don't know
Hmm.
what situation took place, but he was so like because when she said let's take a shower together, and he's like, oh no, I just want to take a shower, and I'm thinking like, yeah, he's trying to wash the desperation off of him. This was a lot for him today. Like the way
Yeah.
he pretended
He,
to be in love with him, that was physically and mentally draining, right? I feel like he drained himself for that.
yeah, he basically says like, let's just sleep or whatever. And then, and I think at one point he like pats her on the back or something like, calm down, sister.
Yeah, he was basically saying, cool your cooter. Basically,
Yeah.
like there's no chance any part of me is entering into that tonight. Like it was very, very cold, kind of like BeerKan with Laura. It was like,
Mhm.
ain't no way this is going in there. Like you can just stop now. That's kind of how it was, and it's weird because it's so contrast to the way that he was when they met. Like I thought he was gonna literally eat her. Like I thought
Mhm.
he was gonna like put her on the grill and just eat her the way he was eating her face.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer style.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought he was gonna pull out a knife out of his pocket and just start eating her.
And then I made a tweet. I said, even Usman earned his Yami stripes. I guess Daniel is already tapping out of the honeymoon phase instead of tapping in. So that happened.
Oh,
Um,
so fun fact: Usman and baby girl Lisa had sex on the first night, but I'm pretty sure Usman and Kimbali did not have sex on the first night. So I don't know if he's taking
mhm.
like tips from Usman, like play hard to get with the Yammy or whatever, or make her wait for the Yammy. I don't know, but I know Usman gave it up right away to baby girl Lisa. But when him and Kimberly were in the hotel room, he did not hand out the Yammy right away. I think it took a couple of days.
True. Speaking of Yammies, let's talk about BeerCon, aka Beer Can, because he's allegedly, reportedly packing a big, thick old beer can down there.
That was the last thing that I thought that I was going to learn about him this season. And I don't know if I expected it or not because it never crossed my mind. But when she said that, I was just like, huh, that has to be the appeal, right? Because it's not his face, it's not his hairline, it's not his teeth, it's nothing else really going on. That has to
Mhm.
be the appeal.
It's not his financial stability.
Right. It's not he don't got no
Clearly.
job. He has debt. He's trying to flee the country to run away from his debt, kind of like Meatball Danielle. Like so I was like, what is the appeal here? And then I was like, broke dick. Women always say broke dick is the best dick. I've never
Mhm.
met a woman that said that rich dick was great dick. They always say broke dick is the best dick. So that's what it is.
Yeah, and her quote was, he's pretty blessed down there. But then she quickly realizes that he's also like, speaking of broke dick, he's 50K in US dollars debt. So I did a tweet. I said, BeerCon might be packing, but Laura quickly realizes she got some broke dick. So the reality sets for her. But then in the preview of episode, it seems like they're still in the honey, like in the fucking phase. So they're still like banging a lot or something.
Well, yeah, I kind of feel like she looks at it as well, even if he's broke and he's in debt, I can still bang while I'm here. Kind of like
Hmm.
while in Turkey, right? You're in Turkey, get some tits, get some
Hmm.
BBLs, get some Botox shots, while you're there, while in Rome, right? So I feel
Hmm.
like she's just like, well, I'm here. Why not we just bang until I leave? Like she clearly knows that she can't marry him now because he's broke as hell and he's crazy. But she's probably gonna bang him every night.
But don't
Yeah.
you think that maybe like she hasn't had that many partners and that's why she thinks it's all fine and dandy, and
See,
he's
Gina,
fantastic.
Gina, that is an excellent point because when you don't have a base reference, right? You know, when you're doing a scientific study and you need a hypothesis, like if you don't know what a base reference is, because a lot of times,
Mhm.
if a lot of straight men don't know what a big penis is versus a small penis because they've only seen theirs. So that is an excellent point. So maybe in Laura's defense, she's never seen one bigger than maybe, let's say, 6 inches. So she doesn't know that there's 9, 10, 11 inch ones out there. So maybe she thinks that his is massive compared to what she's seen in the past.
And he doesn't seem like the brightest tool in the toolbox. So I'm not giving him any credit, and he knows how to make other moves. So,
So
I
wait, are you
mean,
saying that he would be a starfish?
yeah,
But I mean, when you're
they
packing,
both would
but
be.
Gina,
They would both be a starfish.
but Gina, when you're packing like that, you don't really need a lot of tricks, right? I'm pretty sure you don't, right? Or is it
Oh,
the
yeah, you do. Yeah,
you
you do.
do?
Yeah, you
I
do.
I
Yeah,
heard
you
differently.
do.
I heard that if you're packing, you don't really got to do much. You just have to show up, if you know what I
No, 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 no. Where's Captain when I need her? God damn it.
mean. Well, yeah, Captain would know because Captain has been, she's been
Mm.
around with many different races and different sizes, so she would know the answer to that. You know what? Let's go into the comment section. I want to hear what the ladies are saying tonight. Oh,
Yeah.
Heather said you have a weapon, so she sees it more as a weapon than a tool.
Well, and I know Lana's been around the block. No offense, we love Lana.
Well, yeah, Lana would. And someone says you definitely need to not break someone. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't really need to come as a magician to the bedroom when you have that going on, because I feel like I
Oh, I'm not saying you have to bring your tricks, but you need to know a few, like, you need to have a few tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah, you can't have just a big dick, but like don't eat no pussy or nothing.
Yeah, you need to know how to work it, like the Missy Elliott song.
I disagree. I think the bigger it is, the less you have to do. I feel like I don't,
Where is Captain? I
we're
need
gonna have
her
to continue.
here.
We'll have a part two to this conversation because you know what? I'm not a person to be speaking on this because a woman who has been in this situation is the person who needs to speak on it, not me. I wouldn't know. So you're right. We'll have to have a part two to this discussion.
Yeah, what did you think of what's his name, Rick, with like the squirter mattress cover thing?
Yeah. So he
A
bought a
garbage
tarp.
bag. That's not even like that was like an extra heavy duty garbage bag.
Oh, Nikki
No,
said
I think he posted the thing on from Amazon. It's like $70 or some shit.
no 50. It was $50. I
Well,
thought.
he said 50, but then today or yesterday on social media he posted the Amazon thing. He was actually was 70.
Here's the thing. I don't know why he bought a tarp or a tarp or a tarpaulin for short. I don't know what you want to
Or
call
a tent.
it. Yeah, because they do sell waterproof mattress covers. So
Mm.
all he needed to do was just buy like one of those waterproof mattress covers. You just need to know the size of the mattress. And it kind of looks like a sheet, but it's kind of like plasticish. Not like full on plastic, but it's like plastic-ish so water doesn't get through it. I feel like it probably turned her off because when you ever
Mhm.
see a tarp, that's usually like crime scene cleanup, rolling up bodies, or it's not a romantic thing. It's not something that a woman is like, oh yeah, let me lay on this tarp like I'm garbage, because it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's like something she's gonna feel like a circus animal on top of it.
right, and it's like a way to make a woman feel self-conscious about being a squirter. A lot of women are very self-conscious about that as it is. So to be like, oh yeah, you're gonna be squirting all over the place, I'm gonna put a tarp up, like that's, I don't know, that whole thing was wild to me and weird. But a lot of people on Twitter are saying how weird and strange Rick really is. So
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah, yeah, it's weird because it's like you're in the honeymoon phase. So it's like if you're gonna be with Sydney Sweeney and she's a squirter, or do you really give a fuck? Like you're gonna let it fly. So he's like being too self-conscious about it.
well, he was like, "Well, are you gonna pay for the cleaning fees if you mess up the bed?" And I was like thinking, that would be the last thing on my mind if I'm with a woman that squirts. Like that's literally the last thing on.
But we've had
Mm.
this discussion before that we're like both Captain and I are questioning his sexuality, what his preference is, and you had agreed. So maybe that's it leading up to it as well, because well, let's face
Maybe
it, like all guys like most guys like squirters. Like I'm sorry, but most do.
I did not disagree with you, Gina. I do. I do. Not to get weird, but it's just something that you're not, it's not a normal everyday thing that you come
No,
across. So when you find that, it's almost like an intriguing like
it's
thing.
like finding
Mhm.
the gold at the end of the rainbow, like the pot of
Finding the
gold,
waterfall at the end of the rainbow.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
waterfall.
The fact that he was more worried about the sheets in the bed and not just enjoying the moment of you're with a girl that can squirt, it kind of does make me question his sexuality a little bit. You
Even
know?
Mhm.
more now,
And you
even
know
more.
what? I hate to ever question anyone's sexuality because I think love is love and everything. But if you're out here telling women you're in love with women, but you're really in love with men, I feel like that's a violation for me. Like you need to be honest with everybody.
Should we could talk about like there's a little bit of controversy, I guess, where it's like allegedly there's these face I'm talking now I'm getting into like Forrest and Sheena, but like there's these Facebook photos or videos, whatever, from like 2019 that like cropped up and then people like, oh, including myself, we basically spilled the tea saying like, hey, I think they may have met in person, 7 years ago and here's some old Facebook posts evidence of it, and then they're trying to cover it up, and Reddit, official Reddit, is covering up the post and deleting it, and I reposted it, and they're doing posts trying to downplay it. So did you see all that controversy?
I did. I did. So the original photos that you posted, not just you, but other people posted, it did say 2019, and Forrest and Sheena both visibly looked younger.
Hmm.
I could physically tell in their face and his facial hair. He had barely no facial hair in the one photo that he looked younger. And this wouldn't be the first time that they faked a first meeting of people. Remember, I always go back to the Jabri and Miona thing where they said, "Oh, they were first meeting." They were already married when they went back and recreated the wedding. That's why the only person that showed up to the wedding was his grandmother because they had already done a wedding. Nobody felt like they needed to get on a plane to do it again for TV. So I'm just wondering, why they downplayed the situation. And I know it's better if you've never met and you first meet on camera. I know it's about the moment. But to try to get a person with autism to go along with a lie and a fake storyline is asking a lot, because people that are autistic, they have a hard time lying, and playing along.
Well, they're going to slip up
Right.
regardless. Even if you have
Yeah, well,
autism or not, the ball's going to fumble.
true. I think he is lying as far as cover, at least as far as on I mean, he's like on the social media. I mean, I feel like he's trying to cover
Well,
up with bullshit.
you reached out to him and he told you that
Like, yeah, I sent the photo, and I was like, "Is this real or something?" And he said, "Nope," but I don't. But basically, I don't believe him.
he said the photo itself was fake.
Yeah.
I don't feel the photo itself is fake. I mean, a more believable response would have been the date's wrong because
Yeah,
I
but you
don't
just said
believe the
nope as
photo
if
is fake.
that's why I'm saying I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe his bullshit. When he said no, I don't believe him.
I
Um,
don't believe him either. I think that he definitely
No,
probably went over there and met her. And, the show is going to pay for you to go over there and meet her again. So he's going to, but you know what? I'm not going
he's
to.
going to milk the free trip. He's going to milk the free trip.
Well, right. And I think the show was fully aware. The show is very aware of things. So I
mm.
think that they knew
and
that he met her before and they told him to play along. I don't think that he
Yeah,
tricked.
because don't they do a social media scrub? Who am I kidding?
Well,
This is TLC. They don't do it.
that's what's even more confusing, Gina. They do a social media scrub, and the fact that these pictures were still around to be found is kind of strange to me. Unless it's somebody that knew him before the social media scrub and they waited for him to be on the show and then released the photos. Like that does happen every now and then. You have that one
Hmm.
is jealous of.
yeah, or I mean, it could be like because there's one where hold on, let me see. So there was one where the thing is like even if like she scrubs it, there was one that was from I don't know who he is, but there's some guy named Ed Ong ONG, and it says Ed Ong is with Sheena like in the post, right? Tagged. So it's like even if she scrubs it off hers, if it's still on Ed Ong's public page, that's probably how it got found, maybe.
Oh yeah,
That
'cause the
leaked.
social media scrub only pertains to your page that they have access to. They can't control any other person's posts. So yeah, if he was tagged in it, she removed it from her page, but the picture remained on that guy's page.
True. And then even though I try to explain it, let me just read my caption off Instagram real quick. Let's see. So I mean, even though we've already went over it. Let me just formally read my caption. Sorry. I said the tea is that Forrest went and visited Sheena in 2019 in the Philippines, and these unearthed Facebook birthday posts prove it. In other words, this wasn't their first meeting, and the show was overproduced and phony. The official 90 Day Fiance Reddit mods are an arm and extension of the network, so that is why they deleted the post. It actually gives it more validity that it was posted and then deleted. I reached out for comment and Forrest denied the tea, but I don't believe him. Sorry. Lastly, if you translate the left post, it says, quote, that's a picture of like Forrest with the dogs, playing with the dogs. It says third 5-in-1 vaccine. Of course, still under the care of Dr. Sheena. You're obviously still very well behaved. Haha, such a handsome assistant holding you, my handsome grandkids. Hi, Doc Sheena, to you and your hubby. See you later. It looks like someone's about to get a shot. So then I said, so that's the commenter in 2019 calling Forrest Sheena's hubby and their veterinary assistant, and the dog is their grandkids. And that's a photo of Forrest holding the customer's dogs in the vet clinic. They also look visibly younger in the photos, and I said the tea is hot. Um, and then random aside too, the funny part is like somebody reposted my post on Reddit, and then the Reddit immediately deleted it, and they said Shabooty's full of shit. Um, their excuse of deleting it was because it had the guy Ed Ong's name in it. That was the reason they said they deleted it, but they also managed to tell the person that I'm full of shit, but fuck them. Anyway,
So this was the official Reddit page for the show, or was it like a different one?
like the one that's just literally like Reddit, 90 Day Fiance Reddit, like the
Wow, I didn't realize that the actual network had anything to do with that page.
like that's from I've heard birdies say that, so that's why I'm running with that.
I mean, the fact that they ripped the post down and then took the post down again is making me think that it does have something to do with it. But you know what? A lot of the other pages, that's not the page that I usually go on. There's another one. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
the bit, but there's another one that I go on that is more.
It's more loosey goosey with
Yeah,
rules.
Lucy, they'll post things and it'll stay up, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the net. Like, so yeah. Well, now that you say that, now I'm beginning to wonder if the producers are in a part of the group, or maybe they're actually mods of the group, or that, and they're in control of that. Because
Mm.
I don't really go into that one as much.
Yeah, that one is the one where it's like you could tell because if there's something like that spills the tea on like Jasmine or something, they'll take it down immediately. Like that one is very like protective of like spilling tea and shit.
Huh. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Well,
Hmm.
anyone who knows anything about the show and tea, they know that you're not full of shit. They
Mhm.
know that if there's any tea that has been validated and it didn't come from you, then it's bullshit. Because the only validated tea comes from here. So if
Mhm.
people don't believe what comes from here, then I don't know what they actually believe.
True. So that's the Forest thing. I know he tried to like post some photo. He posted some photo of like when he like a newer photo, and then I don't know if it was doctored, but he on Facebook he made it try to look like where it says the photo 7 years old, but it's like a new photo to try to like to discredit the other photos that were leaked. But I don't believe the most recent shit he posted.
Hmm. I mean, they looked visibly
Yeah,
different.
yeah, they look different. Like he had different glasses. His head was more round. He had a bit more baby fat face, chubby face, whatever. Like they look totally different.
Yeah.
So,
So even if it wasn't the full 7 years ago, it wasn't that last year or the year before. So either way, he was
mhm.
over there already. Period.
Yeah, no, and then I mean I posted it too. And then after that kind of tea broke, it was kind of interesting because literally in last night's episode, there's a point where quote, I think Sheena says, or it might have been Forrest. I don't know who said it, but one of them says, "This is the first time meeting me in 7 years." So that to me, that was like maybe that's because they had met 7 years ago. Now it's been 7 years. So I don't know. That kind of jumped out at me as well.
Yeah, that was weird. Usually when someone has never met you, you just say, "This is my first time meeting them."
Yeah, this is my first time meeting you. Period. You don't say this
Yeah,
is the
you
first
don't
time meeting you in
you
Yeah.
years.
yeah, so yeah, when you posted that,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that does stand out. And for someone with autism, they might say things like that.
Hmm.
And it's not on purpose, it's just how they process things and how they process memories. So that's what I said. It's hard for them to ask him to stick with a story that's not true because he's a very honest person. So it's going to be hard for him to lie throughout the show.
Or because he's whatever autistic, then it could just mean, at least I'm talking about in terms of social media, that makes him a bad liar.
Well, right, right. He might be able to lie, but he might not be able to back up the lies and make the lies seem believable. You know, not
Hmm.
everybody is a great liar, right? We saw Johnny on tonight's episode of The Other Way saying that since he's a man, he has to have pictures of him bang or videos of him banging other women on his phone. We'll talk about that another day. But
Hmm.
apparently, just having a penis means you have to have videos of you on your phone banging every woman you know. So.
Yeah, so I think that was all my tweets. Did we talk about everyone? Oh, I mean, I guess one thing we talked about that was like Rick. Rick annoys me because he's a typical dude where he's kind of was fucking his ex, but then he keeps like attacking whatever her name is. I keep forgetting her name.
Trish
Trish. That like he
or
keeps attacking
Trisha.
Trisha. Yeah, he keeps attacking Trisha that she's cheating on him with her ex, but at the same time he already went and flew and banged his ex. So he's just being a typical like
Well,
projecting
what do
asshole,
they say? The guilty dog barks first, right? Or
Yeah, and
whatever.
loudest or
it
something.
would make him feel a little better about what he did if she did it too. And
Hmm.
he's really pushing her, like, "Oh, tell me what you did with him. You're talking to him. You're sleeping with him." And I was like, "Whatever she did, it's not as bad as what you did a dozen times with your ex. Because even if she kissed him, you did way worse." So it's like he's kind of a narcissist asshole in my book because he's like trying to make her out to be a bad person when he's the horrible person in the situation. Kind of irritates me. Oh, we didn't talk about Stig and Aviva.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, so I guess the producer kind of cock blocked in a way, but saying like he was all ready to have a baby with the previous ex-girlfriend and he was all in love and shit.
yeah, he kind of seems like he has a biological clock that's ticking. He's like really, really pushing to get somebody pregnant.
Mhm.
Like, and it
But but the girls are from the States. So he
right.
probably thinks if I can get a girl pregnant in the States, it'll be quicker for me to get to the States.
That's not how it works, though. That's not
I know
how it works at
that.
all.
I know that's not how it works, but
Oh,
that's
but
maybe
you
what he
think,
might be thinking.
oh, you think he thinks that, yeah, if she has my baby, she could petition me to come over faster because she has my baby.
Yes.
So, we don't know this for a fact, but I have a theory that the girl in Texas is also white. I think that he wants to get a white girl pregnant. That's just my theory. Like, I know it could be a black girl, I'm just saying, but I think that he has a type and he's trying to
Mhm.
get a white girl pregnant. I think that's his type.
Yeah, I think he likes Pogs, Pawgs.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And the fact that, and also, I'm not trying to come for Aviva or whatever because I was once a whore in my life. But I don't think I would fly to another country and especially meet somebody who's like famous because he's supposedly famous and there's lots of women, in
Mhm.
DMs that shows up to his shows and she's just raw dogging with him the first night. That's a little much for me. Like that's literally the reason why condoms were created because you could come back with so much. You could come back pregnant, you could come back with AIDS, you could come back with herpes, you could come back with venereal, like so many things, right? Because rappers, I'm not saying that rappers are hoes, but rappers are hoes. Like that there's
Mhm.
not much that they won't do.
I
So
mean, at least come back home with some Dave Daniels merch. Oh,
Oh.
Dave Daniels is gay. That's like I've been tweeting that randomly. Did you notice that? I just tweet Dave Daniels is gay now. I do that.
that's yeah. We need to make some Dave Daniels merch. Sorry to throw crowbar that in.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I still someone actually DM'd me the other day, and the DM just said Dave fucking Daniels. That's all it said, and I laughed hysterically. So if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go back and listen to that episode because you're missing out.
I think I've already listened to it like 3 times already.
It was unhinged.
It was
It
very.
was,
It was one of my favorite episodes in a long time. But you know what's funny? All of the episodes lately have been favorites of mine. We haven't done a bad episode in a while, which is nice.
Yeah, like
there
I
is
don't.
never a bad episode. What are you talking about, George?
I mean, there's been some non-Tom Cruise episodes, but not lately. And it's not because we're not funny, it's just because we didn't have anything to work with.
Well,
True.
that's the TLC's problem, not our
Right.
problem.
I
We're
think that
fucking we're fucking hilarious.
we did great. It's just we didn't have the material to work with. You know how you work up if you show up to a job and you need equipment, you need protective gear. None of the things that we need are there. We're showing up to work, but we don't have any of the tools that we need. That's the problem.
Yeah, we show up no matter what, like showbiz style. So
Exactly. The show always goes on, but sometimes the material in the show could be better. Just saying.
true, true. But yeah, I agree that what's his name, Stig. Yeah, first of all, yeah, go back listen to the last Friday's episode, and yeah, I think Stig is into the white women, the fat ass white women. And yeah, I think he's ready to impregnate one that's going to help him move his career to the States, probably.
It's weird that his theory is I need a baby to get to the States. Because, most people are just like, I just need a woman to sign the paperwork. He thinks that that's not enough. He needs a baby.
Oh,
And
and then what did you think of the song lyric that he says, like, I want to breed you or something like that?
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He was like, would I breed you? I would. So I don't know if like in Belize, that guys romantically walk up to women and be like, damn, you fine. I will breed you. Like, I don't know if that's like their talk or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
I put it out there on Twitter. I was like, ladies, how do you feel about a man walking up to you and whispering in your ear, I'm going to breed you? And everyone said that I would get a restraining order or call the police. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people were like, that is not
Punch him I would punch him in the face.
well, apparently he said that in dance hall, he does dance hall music. That's how they talk. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to my share of dance hall. This is my first time hearing anybody say they were going to breed a woman like they were a cattle or a dog in a song. But it's a weird thing, right? I mean, I remember in my younger days, I used to, think it was cool to tell a girl, like, I'll put a baby in you. Like, I thought that that was like, like
Mm-hmm.
game. Now, as an older man, it's so cringe. I'm so embarrassed of my younger self. But I don't know if that's like game. Like, that's what they say over there to get a woman like heated up. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm
Had
wondering
that
if
line many times, and it was just like a bigger part of me. I'm like,
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, I wonder if there's like a Belizean slang of like, let me put a baby in you or something.
Well, right, because when I was younger, that was a game thing to say to a girl that you like. You weren't actually going to do it. You don't want to get her pregnant, but that was just something you would say. It was like
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
maybe that is something they say. All the women that I polled online though said that they would get a restraining order immediately.
True. So anyway, it seems they're going strong from what I could tell. Um,
I mean, if she pregnant, I hope so. And if she's
mhm.
pregnant, his plan has gone along without any wrenches at all. If she is, because that's literally what he tried to do with the last girl and this girl. So if he actually did get her pregnant, first of all, impeccable sperm. If he did get her pregnant on the first night, the first day they met, that's like Guinness Book of World Record shit right there.
Mhm.
No, it's not. You've seen Maury.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people who actually you remember I can't remember which girl from Teen Mom. She said the first time for her first boyfriend, the first time she ever had sex, she said it lasted 2 minutes and she got pregnant. So it
Mhm.
does happen. Can you imagine your first time was so bad it only lasted 2 minutes? It was somebody you didn't even know, and now you have a baby with them. Like that just seems like a horror book, like a horror movie.
True. So, all right, well, it's school night. Did we cover all the bases?
I think so. I'm looking at
Yeah.
my tweets, and we talked about everything.
Then tonight was the other way, but I guess we could save that for Friday. Though it was interesting when what's his name, Johnny, when she was Chloe, we was picking up her shit. I think he basically get that he ended it with like, "You ain't shit anyway" or something.
Well, yeah, after he found out that she was really leaving, he
Hmm.
basically was like, "You ain't shit. I didn't want you anyway. I never wanted you, or whatever." And I've been saying this all along. This dude works for Jolly Pirate, and he's got drunk, horny girls
Hmm.
that are throwing themselves at him on a nightly basis, and he doesn't have to marry any of them. He doesn't have to pay for their dinner. He just bangs them, and then they get back on a plane and go back to where they came from. Why would anybody want to change that? If like
Hmm.
rearrange your life to have a whiny girl living in your house irritating you when you could have a different girl every night. So I've been saying this all along. There's no reason why he would ever trade the life he had to move to
Hmm.
his house to be a bitchy little whiner all night.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I knew not to put a feather in my own hat, but I knew like literally like the first episode after it aired, and I think I saw her on like social media back in Boston. I was like, oh yeah, they
Yeah.
broke up. That shit ended ASAP. So it was obvious from the beginning that that was going nowhere.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to go downhill even before the first episode. I'm like, wait, where is he from? He's from Aruba. Oh, not to put my culture under the bus, but and he's Portuguese. Oh, this ain't gonna go right.
Well, yeah,
True.
you told me that too. You said that Portuguese men are usually not a one woman man. You said that before. You were like, if they're able to get as much coochie as they want, they're never going to trade that lifestyle in for one. They're just not.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was
True.
right.
You were
All
right.
right.
You were right.
All right. Well, I want to post this tonight, so I guess we should end it though.
Oh, you're gonna post it
Yeah,
instantaneous. Crazy.
Yeah.
I will let Captain know she missed a good show tonight and that we will need her. We will require her opinion.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely need some opinions. So we'll do a part two of the big dick conversation with Captain, and we'll find out if you really do need to know tricks or not.
True. Yeah. Captain is not shy when it comes to sexcapades.
She's not, and she is very open with her former life of
Her
being.
checkered past.
Yes, her checkered past, and I'm open too. I was once upon a time I was a hoe, and I admit it. It is
Mm,
what it is. But Captain has definitely got more information that we can use than I do.
true.
She's got more wisdom beyond her years, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
True. Yeah. She's had many a tube steak in her past.
Yes. Medium well
Anyways,
done, well done.
Oh my
I will
God.
shout out to Heather, Jenny C, Lana, Nikki, and also the shout out to there's another Heather that's like a super fan. I think Heather Blonde. I shouldn't say I think because we're friends. I should know her last name. Anyway, Heather, she's the one that always sends me the photos of listening to us in Paradise. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
thank
She
you.
knows Portuguese. Yes.
Oh yeah, and also shout out to Nikki. She was in my TikTok live earlier. What's up, Nikki? She's in here right now.
Yeah,
True.
I was at work. Couldn't partake.
Yeah, you didn't join my live, so whatever.
I was at work.
Whatever. You could have put it on and put it on mute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do my outro because it's a school night. Anyway, we'll be back Friday and with the crew. So yeah, let me do my outro, which is thank you everybody for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on
On a Monday.
Monday.
Peace
Peace
out, everybody.
out.
Good night.